International Uşak Seahorse Short Film Festival. Today we are here with Olga Kosanovic and her beautiful film, Comrade Tito, I Inherit. Welcome Olga to the festival.
Thank you for having me.
So, Comrade Tito, I Inherit is a untraditional documentary, I can say, looking in a really simple form of life, starting from a family and talking about bigger aspects. So what was your initial point to start with this documentary, Olga?
Well, I think the initial starting point was probably my grandfather who used to tell me that he needs to explain me the house when he dies, and I always said, yeah, but it's not important now because you're not gonna die so soon. And every summer I came there, he keeps telling me or pressuring me to explain me everything. And then I just said, okay, but let me bring the camera next summer and we'll do it with the camera and not written because it's easier for me later on. And then he also wanted me to take the photograph from him and his wife for the gravestone. And I found it very absurd in the first moment and very funny in a way because they're young and not in a dying age yet. But then I started thinking, okay, if one day they die and I don't have any family left in Serbia, what does it change from my perspective, or what does it change maybe in my identity also? If somebody asks me, you still have family in Serbia, and then one day I say no, does it change anything? And what does it mean actually to inherit not only a house, but with the house comes a lot of history, and the history that is also in my case a history of a country that doesn't exist anymore, which is Yugoslavia. So, and then everything started to, those questions popped up, and I just started thinking about it and thought maybe this should be like an exploring documentary. And I just was very curious about things and went there, but I didn't quite know how it will turn out actually. So that was the starting point.
Yeah, when did you decide that after collecting all these footages, it's going to be a documentary? Is there a point that you decided while filming?
Well, I mean, I went there with the initial idea to make a documentary, but I didn't know in which direction it will go, or
right.
I didn't even know, I just knew I want to stay focused on the house and on the garden and everything around, just on this very spot. And then I just knew that I had my grandfather who will explain to me all those practical things about the heritage, which was of course much longer in the original footage. And then I combined it with just asking them a few questions I was curious about, and then basically the film developed through the editing process.
Mm-hmm. Your closeness, because it talks about the memory, about the heritage of the remaining. So how do you find yourself close with the subject?
I mean, I think in this particular case, it's of course my personal story of my an intimate view on my personal heritage that I will inherit one day, eventually. So of course I was also emotionally attached to the people, to the place, to the spaces. I know this house and this garden from when I was a baby, so everything is very intimate to me. And I just, with the camera, I tried to stay curious and to observe things just how they are at this moment. And I think, as I said, I didn't really know how this film will turn out. I just wanted to be there and to be an observer and not to interrupt things the way they are naturally there. So that's also the reason why I went there on my own without a camera crew or a sound crew, because I wanted to not disturb the family feeling there. And I didn't want to disturb also my grandparents and my mother and my brother in their like natural habitat at this place, and just kind of be there. And when the time feels right, I just ask them some questions when I felt it's okay in the moment. So I didn't set up interviews like tomorrow at 2 or, you know, I just went with the flow and kind of observed the situation.
Yeah. How long did the post-production process?
The shooting took 3 weeks. I was there for 3 weeks, and then I had a lot of material, obviously. And then I think I edited it for maybe 4 or 5 months on my own, because everything is in Serbian, so I couldn't really give it to an editor right away. So I edited it myself, and then when I had like a rough cut, which was really, really long, I subtitled everything, and then I could show it to people and to collaborators in Germany and Austria, and then we could kind of do a dramaturgy on it. Yeah, but that was very late, like maybe half a year later. So I think it probably took 6 to 7 months to edit it.
6 to 7 months, yeah.
Yes. It was very long.
What are the responses that you took after the film periods?
From my family, you mean, or from
family, from audiences, from festivals, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was very interesting to me that I showed it quite in a few festivals, and the responses were very different, but almost every time it was very emotional to different reasons. And that was interesting, because somebody came to me and said, yes, I know this feeling. I have a house in South Italy and I don't know what to do with it. So it had kind of I don't know, he felt this emotional connection to just inheriting a house somewhere where you don't live anymore, and what to do with this, like in a practical term. So, and then of course people came to me that maybe are from the region, from the Balkan region, and know a different kind of maybe also nostalgia feeling about Yugoslavia and a country that isn't there anymore. So there were different reasons for people to connect to the film, which I didn't know it can happen, to be very honest, because I thought it's a very personal story. So in the beginning I thought maybe nobody will be interested in it because it's only my family. But the response I got was really that it opened some kind of questions and maybe also emotions for further brighter audience to connect to it, which is amazing. Obviously, I didn't plan that. And for my family, they were. I mean, I didn't show them to them until it was very finished. So that was very difficult to hold it from them until it's really, really finished. But my mother, I think she cried a lot, but she also laughed a lot. So I think it was both. And also my grandparents, they were very emotional about it. And I remember my grandmother saying, it's so strange that you kind of captured our whole life in 27 minutes. Like she said, it's a very strange feeling to watch something 27 minutes and be like, yeah, that's what my life is about. But they were positive, I guess. Yeah. But I was very nervous.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah.
Do you have another project coming? Will you keep from documentaries, or do you want to try something else?
I mean, I'm working on a longer documentary project, like a feature film documentary, but it's still in a very early stage, and I don't want to keep only documentaries. So I'm also writing a short script for a feature film, because I like both, and I like to stay in both if possible. So,
perfect.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it was really perfect to talk with you, interview with you. Thank you very much for.
Thank you for the invitation. Thanks. Hopefully see you sometime in real life in Turkey.
Exactly. So goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.